My mom caused absolute chaos at my daughter's 8th birthday party, and I'm still processing what happened. She turned what should have been Emma's special day into a three-ring circus centered entirely around herself. I, 34F, have a complicated relationship with my mother, 62F. She's always been what I'd call high maintenance, the type who needs constant validation and attention. Growing up, every achievement of mine somehow became about her. Got an A on a test. She'd tell everyone how SHE helped me study, she didn't. Made the volleyball team? She'd discuss her athletic genes. You get the picture. I've been in therapy for 3 years working through childhood issues, and my therapist has helped me establish boundaries. My mom hates these boundaries. She's made that crystal clear through passive-aggressive comments, guilt trips, and health scares that mysteriously resolve themselves when I give her attention. My husband Jake, 36M, has witnessed this pattern and has been incredibly supportive. He's seen how my mom operates firsthand, like the time she claimed to have severe chest pains during our wedding rehearsal dinner, only to make a miraculous recovery when she was seated at the head table. Or when she fell and needed me to cancel a work trip to care for her, despite my dad being fully capable and available. Now, on to what happened at Emma's birthday party. Emma turned 8 last Saturday. She's been planning this party for months. She wanted a princess tea party theme with specific decorations, activities, and a custom cake from this bakery she'd been dreaming about since she saw their Instagram page. We're talking color-coordinated everything, blush pink, gold, and ivory. She made a Pinterest board. She wrote out a schedule. This kid had vision. Jake and I went all out. We rented a beautiful garden venue, hired a face painter, got a bubble machine, set up a craft station where kids could decorate their own tiaras, and ordered that dream cake, a 3-tier masterpiece with edible flowers and a little fondant crown on top. We invited 25 kids from Emma's Class Plus family. Total budget? Around $3,000. Worth every penny to see our daughter happy. My mom RSVP'd yes immediately, of course. Then the text started. What time should I arrive to help set up? We had hired help. I found the perfect dress. It's pink and gold. Very Princess Y. Emma and I can match. Emma specifically asked adults not to wear pink so the birthday girl would stand out. I'm bringing my famous lemon bars. Everyone loves them. We had a full dessert table planned, and Emma doesn't even like lemon. Can I give a speech? I have so many stories about Emma's birth and what an amazing grandmother I've been.
No.
Just no. I gently redirected every suggestion. I reminded her this was Emma's day, and we had everything handled. I thought I was clear. I thought wrong. Party day arrives. The venue looks incredible. Emma is in her custom princess dress, crown perfectly positioned, practically vibrating with excitement. Kids start arriving at 2 p.m. Everything is going smoothly. The face painter is a hit. Kids are laughing, parents are mingling, and Emma is beaming. My mom shows up at 2:30 p.m. wearing, I kid you not, a floor-length pink ball gown. Like Cinderella going to the ball pink. With a tiara. A bigger tiara than Emma's. She also brought my dad, 71M, who looked absolutely mortified and mouthed, I tried, to me as they walked in. Emma's face fell when she saw Grandma. Several kids pointed and asked if there were 2 birthday princesses. My daughter's eyes got watery, but she's a trooper and tried to brush it off. I pulled my mom aside immediately. Mom, what are you wearing? I specifically said, Oh, honey, I'm just celebrating my beautiful granddaughter. Don't be so controlling. It's just a dress. Red flag number 1, but I took a breath. Pick your battles, right? The party must go on. For the next hour, my mom inserted herself into everything. During the craft activity, she loudly demonstrated how to properly glue gems on tiaras, taking over the instructor's job. When kids played musical chairs, she tried to be the DJ and kept stopping the music at weird times. She photobombed every picture, literally stepping in front of children to pose. But the worst part? She kept redirecting attention to herself. A little girl complimented Emma's dress and my mom swooped in with, Thank you. I helped pick it out. She did not. Another kid asked Emma about her cake, and Mom interrupted with a story about MY's 8th birthday cake. When Emma tried to open presents, Mom positioned herself right next to her, reaching for gifts and reading cards aloud before Emma could. Jake was getting visibly frustrated. My dad looked like he wanted to disappear. Several other parents gave me sympathetic looks. But I kept thinking, just get through the party. 2 more hours. Then came cake time. We gathered everyone around the dessert table. Emma stood in front of her beautiful dream cake, candles lit, everyone singing happy birthday. She closed her eyes to make a wish, this moment she'd been imagining for months. And that's when my mom collapsed. Dramatic. Theatrical. Loud. She grabbed her chest, gasped, "I can't breathe," and went down hard onto the grass, tiara flying off her head. The singing stopped. Kids screamed. Parents rushed over. My dad kneeled beside her, looking panicked but also confused. Emma started crying, not gentle tears, full sobbing. Her perfect moment was obliterated. "Call 911, my mom wheezed. My heart. It's my heart. Everything became chaos. Someone did call 911. Parents started gathering their kids. The party basically ended right there. Emma was inconsolable. Jake was trying to comfort her, and I was standing there watching my mother writhe on the ground, hand over her heart, moaning about how she didn't want to ruin the party, while absolutely ruining the party. The ambulance arrived within 10 minutes. Paramedics checked her vitals. Here's where it gets interesting. They seemed skeptical. Her heart rate was normal. Blood pressure normal. Oxygen levels perfect. They asked questions about her symptoms, and her answers were vague and inconsistent. But she insisted she needed to go to the hospital. She looked at me with these pitiful eyes and said, "Please come with me, sweetheart. I'm so scared. I need my daughter." I looked at Emma, still crying in Jake's arms. I looked at the uncut cake, the unopened presents, the confused kids being led away by their parents. And I said, "Dad will go with you. I'm staying with my daughter." The look on my mom's face. I've never seen her so shocked. But what could she say in front of the paramedics? She was loaded into the ambulance, Dad trailing behind, still looking bewildered. The venue was basically empty now. A few close friends stayed to help clean up. Emma was devastated. We tried to salvage things. She blew out the candles with just us, opened presents with no audience, but the magic was gone. My sweet girl kept asking, "Is Grandma going to die?" while also saying, "Why did she have to do that now?" Out of the mouths of babes, right? Jake was furious. He kept saying, "She wasn't having a heart attack. Did you see how she calculated that fall? How she waited for the exact right moment?" But I felt guilty. What if she was sick? What if something was really wrong? My dad texted around 6 p.m. At hospital. "They're running tests. Your mother is very upset you didn't come." I didn't respond. More tests. An overnight stay for observation. Every few hours, texts from my dad with updates that essentially said nothing was wrong, but they were being thorough. Sunday morning, final text. "She's fine. All tests normal. Doctors think it was anxiety or panic attack. Coming home soon." Anxiety. A panic attack. At my daughter's birthday party. Right during the cake. How convenient. Sunday afternoon, my mom called. I let it go to voicemail. Her message, "Hi honey, I'm so sorry about yesterday. I don't know what happened. 1 minute I was fine, the next I was on the ground. The doctors say I'm okay. Thank God. I feel terrible about missing the rest of Emma's party. We should do a makeup celebration. I could host it at my house next weekend. I have some wonderful ideas." Are you kidding me? I didn't call back. Instead, I spent Sunday helping Emma process what happened and trying not to cry myself. She asked if we could have a do-over party, just immediate family next weekend. Of course we said yes. Monday, my mom started texting both me and Jake. "I'm worried about you. You seem distant. Are you angry with me? I had a medical emergency. I think you should remember I'm your mother, and I almost died. Emma must be so worried about her grandma. You should bring her to visit me." I ignored them. Jake wanted to respond with some choice words, but I asked him not to engage. Tuesday, she escalated. She called my brother, who lives 2 states away and wasn't at the party, and told him I was punishing her for getting sick and that she was heartbroken by my cruelty. My brother called me confused, and when I explained what actually happened, he said, "Yeah, that sounds like Mom." He's been dealing with her dramatics his whole life, too. She also posted on Facebook a long, martyred paragraph about how she had a serious health scare at her beloved granddaughter's birthday party and was recovering but saddened by the lack of support from certain family members. The comments were predictably sympathetic. People who don't know her well ate it up. Wednesday morning, I was still processing everything when Jake came to me with his phone. "You need to see this," he said. We had hired a photographer for the party, a friend's daughter who does event photography as a side gig. She'd sent us a Dropbox link with all the photos and videos. Jake had been going through them. There was a video, 20 minutes long. The photographer had been recording during the cake moment, planning to capture Emma's wish and the cutting of the cake. She captured something else entirely. The video shows Emma standing at the cake, candles lit, everyone gathering around and starting to sing. You can see my mom in the background, standing off to the side, not the center of attention for once. Her face, God, her face. She looks annoyed, frustrated. She's watching Emma, and you can literally see her calculating something. Then, about 15 seconds into the song, she glances around, checks who's watching. Everyone is focused on Emma. She takes a few steps to make sure she's in frame. And then, I swear to God, she takes a deep breath, puts her hand to her chest, and lets herself fall backward onto the grass. Calculated. Deliberate. Planned. But here's the kicker. In the 2 seconds before she hits the ground, she adjusts her dress so it fans out nicely and turns her face toward the camera. She posed her fall for maximum dramatic effect. Jake and I watched this video 5 times in stunned silence. She faked it, I said. She faked a medical emergency at our daughter's birthday party because she wasn't the center of attention. "I'm sending this to your dad," Jake said. I stopped him. "Wait. Let me think. Here's my dilemma. Do I expose her? Do I show people this video and prove she faked the whole thing? Part of me wants to blast it everywhere, on Facebook, to family members, hell, maybe on a billboard. She traumatized Emma. She ruined a moment we can never get back. She cost us thousands of dollars and caused an ambulance to be dispatched for no reason. But another part of me knows how she'll react. She'll claim the video is edited or taken out of context. She'll say she felt faint and that's why she prepared to fall. She'll make herself the victim again, this time of a cruel daughter who's trying to humiliate her sick mother. Thursday, my dad came by the house. Alone. He looked exhausted. "I need to tell you something," he said. "At the hospital, after all the tests came back normal, your mother was disappointed. She actually seemed upset that nothing was wrong. The doctor suggested anxiety and she got defensive. On the drive home, she kept saying things like, 'Well, obviously it was my heart. These doctors don't know what they're talking about, and you all will feel terrible when I have a real heart attack and die.'" Dad. I'm not finished. Yesterday, I overheard her on the phone with her sister, your Aunt Linda. She was laughing. She said, "Well, at least I got everyone's attention. That party was so boring anyway. Too much focus on Emma, not enough family time." Then she said something about how she deserves respect, and these young parents don't know how to properly include grandparents. My blood went cold. Dad continued, "I've made excuses for your mother for 40 years. I've enabled her. I see that now. What she did to Emma, to you, I'm ashamed I didn't stop it." His eyes got watery. "She called me this morning asking if I'd help her plan a proper birthday party for Emma at her house. She wants to invite her friends, do her theme. I told her no. We had our first real fight in a decade." I showed him the video. He watched it twice. Then he put his head in his hands and said, "I knew it. Deep down, I knew it." "What do I do, Dad?" "You protect your daughter," he said firmly. "You set boundaries. Real ones. And if your mother can't respect them, you limit contact. I'll support whatever you decide.
So that's where I am now.
I have video evidence that my mother faked a medical emergency to hijack my daughter's birthday party. Emma is traumatized. She has nightmares about grandma dying now. She also said something heartbreaking yesterday. Mommy, does grandma not like me? Is that why she made everyone stop singing to me? My mom is still playing victim, posting updates about her recovery and how hurt she is by my coldness. Extended family is divided. Some who were at the party are suspicious. Others who only know her version think I'm being cruel. Jake thinks I should 1. Send the video to mom and dad with a message explaining that we know the truth. 2. Demand a genuine apology to Emma. 3. Implement a no-contact period of at least 6 months. 4. Only allow supervised, limited contact after that if she gets therapy. I think that's fair. But I also know my mother. She won't apologize genuinely. She'll find a way to twist this. And if I send that video, I'm essentially nuking our relationship forever. But maybe that's okay? Maybe Emma deserves a grandmother who doesn't fake medical emergencies for attention? Maybe I deserve a mother who can let me and my daughter have one day that's not about her? Reddit, AITA for wanting to expose my mom's fake medical emergency and potentially end our relationship. Should I send the video? Should I just go no contact without explaining? How do I help Emma process this? I'm so tired of being manipulated. I'm so tired of second-guessing myself. And I'm absolutely heartbroken for my daughter, who should be remembering her 8th birthday with joy, not trauma. Update 3 days later.
Wow.
I did not expect this post to blow up the way it did. Thank you all for the overwhelming support and validation. I've read every single comment, and I need to share what's happened since I posted. After reading your responses, especially from people with narcissistic parents who warned me about the cycle continuing, Jake and I made a decision. We were going to confront my mother with the video evidence and set firm boundaries. If she couldn't accept responsibility, we'd go no contact. Friday evening, we invited my parents over for a serious conversation. My mom showed up dressed like she was going to a funeral, all black, barely any makeup, clearly ready to play the fragile victim. My dad looked like he hadn't slept. We sat them down in our living room. Emma was at a friend's house. We didn't want her to witness this. We need to talk about the party, I started. My mom immediately launched into her defense. I've said I'm sorry. I can't control my health. I'm doing my best to recover and you're treating me like a criminal. Do you know how hurtful?
Mom.
Stop. I'd never used that tone with her before. We have something to show you. Jake pulled up the video on our TV. The full 20-minute version, including several minutes before her collapse, where you can see her looking increasingly agitated as Emma gets attention. We all watched in silence. The moment where she checks her surroundings. The deep breath. The calculated fall. The face adjustment toward the camera. When it ended, the room was dead quiet. This isn't what it looks like, my mom finally said, but her voice was shaky. The video is edited. It's the angle. I felt faint and was preparing to. Linda heard you laughing about it. My dad said quietly. On the phone. I told her. My mom's face went white, then red. You told her? You showed her this hit piece against me? It's not a hit piece, Mom, I said. It's just the truth. Then she tried a different tactic, tears. I don't know why I did it. I felt so left out. You've been so distant lately, and Emma barely talks to me anymore, and I just wanted to feel included, and it all went wrong, and... You traumatized your granddaughter, Jake said flatly.
She has nightmares now.
She thinks you're dying. She asked if you don't like her. That stopped my mom cold. For just a second, I saw something flicker across her face. Maybe guilt? But then, well, if you let me see her more often, if you included me in more decisions, if you treated me like a real grandmother instead of an obligation. We're done, I said. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to write Emma a letter, not an email, a handwritten letter, apologizing specifically for what you did. You don't get to make excuses or blame anyone else. Just, I'm sorry I scared you and ruined your party. Then you're going to give us space. At least 6 months of no contact. 6 months. You can't keep my granddaughter from me. I have rights. You have whatever rights we grant you as parents, Jake said. And right now, you've lost them. After 6 months, I continued, if you've respected our boundaries and if you've started therapy, real therapy, not just one session, we can discuss supervised visits. But Mom, if you ever pull something like this again, we're done permanently. My mother looked at my dad. Are you going to let them do this to me? My dad, bless him, said, yes. Because they're right. And I'm going with them. I've never seen my mother so shocked. What? I'm going to stay with my brother for a while, Dad said. I think we need time apart. I need to figure out if I can keep enabling this behavior. My mom started crying, real tears this time, I think. She tried every manipulation tactic, bargaining. What if I just apologize now? Guilt, after everything I've done for you. Threats, I'll never forgive this. Playing sick, this stress is going to kill me. And finally rage. You're a terrible daughter. I wish I never had you. That last one? That was freeing. Because it dropped the mask completely. We asked them to leave. My dad hugged me on the way out and whispered, I'm proud of you. My mom stormed out without another word. Saturday, the Facebook post came. Oh boy, the post. She wrote a novel about how her ungrateful daughter was alienating her from her only granddaughter because she had a medical emergency at a party. She painted herself as an elderly, frail woman. She's 62 and runs 5 Burmese chats, being abused by cruel children. She even threw in how she'd sacrificed everything to raise me, and this was her thanks. The comments were initially sympathetic. Then my Aunt Linda commented, that's not what happened, and you know it. Stop lying. Boom. Other family members who'd been at the party started chiming in. Carefully worded comments about strange timing and concerning patterns. A few friends from the party even commented about what they'd witnessed. My mom deleted the post within 2 hours. Then she deleted her entire Facebook account. Sunday, my brother called. He'd gotten a series of unhinged voicemails from Mom, alternating between sobbing apologies and screaming accusations. He told her he supported my decision and that maybe this was the wake-up call she needed. She hung up on him. This morning, Monday, Emma's school counselor called me. Apparently, my mom had called a school claiming Emma was being kept from family and asking them to do a welfare check. The counselor, thank God, knew this was nonsense and just wanted to give me a heads up. I explained the situation generally, birthday party incident, taking space from grandmother, and she was very supportive. So that's where we are. My mom has escalated to involving Emma's school. She hasn't written the apology letter. She sent my dad about 50 texts ranging from, I love you, come home, to you're a traitor. She tried to call me twice. I didn't answer. But here's the thing. I feel lighter. For the first time in my life, I'm not managing her emotions. I'm not trying to keep her happy or prevent an outburst. I'm just protecting my daughter and my peace. Emma is doing better. We told her, age-appropriately, that Grandma made some mistakes and needs time to think about her choices, and that it's not Emma's fault at all. We're having that do-over party this weekend. Just us, Jake's parents, who are lovely, and a few close friends. Small, intimate, pressure-free. To everyone who asked, yes, I'm keeping the videos saved in multiple places. If she tries to claim grandparents' rights or continues to escalate, we have evidence of her behavior. My dad has also agreed to be a witness if needed. To those who suggested therapy, Emma starts seeing a child psychologist next week. Jake and I are continuing couples counseling. We started a year ago for unrelated reasons, but this has been helpful. I'm staying in individual therapy. My dad is looking for a therapist too. And my mom? I genuinely hope she gets help. But I'm not holding my breath, and I'm not sacrificing my daughter's well-being for her ego. Thank you, Reddit. You helped me see that I wasn't crazy, that this wasn't normal, and that protecting my child is always the right choice. Final update. It's been 2 months since my last update. I'm posting this final update because several people have DM'd asking how things resolved, and because I want to close this chapter. The 6-month no-contact period has been peaceful. Like, shockingly peaceful. I didn't realize how much mental energy I was spending on managing my mother's emotions until I stopped. Emma is thriving. No more nightmares. No more anxiety about family events. Her teachers have even noticed she's more confident at school. My dad is still staying with his brother. He and my mom are in couples counseling, though he's told me it's not going well. Mom apparently spends most sessions insisting she's the victim and the therapist, doesn't understand the whole story. But Dad is holding firm on boundaries for the first time in their marriage. He visits Emma regularly, and it's been wonderful having a relationship with him without Mom's interference. My mom did eventually write a letter. It arrived 3 weeks after our confrontation. It was not what we asked for. It was 6 pages of justifications, excuses, and ultimately blaming me for raising Emma to be distant from her grandmother. There was no actual apology. I read it once and filed it away. She tried several more escalation tactics, calling CPS, who did a courtesy visit, saw a happy, healthy kid in a loving home, and closed the case immediately. Sending her friends to message me on social media, I blocked them, and even showing up at Emma's school pickup once, the school security made her leave and added her to a do not allow list at my request. But the wildest thing? About a month ago, I got a call from my brother. Mom had been posting in a grandparents' rights Facebook group, sharing her story and asking for legal advice. Someone in the group recognized details and sent my brother screenshots. In these posts, Mom had completely rewritten history, claimed Emma had begged to see her, that I was mentally unstable, that she'd never done anything wrong. My brother screenshot everything and sent it to my dad. That was apparently the final straw. Dad filed for separation. He's now in an apartment and says he's never been happier. He told me, "I spent 40 years making excuses. I missed out on calling out her behavior when it mattered because I was more comfortable keeping the peace. I won't make that mistake with the time I have left." As for Emma's do-over party, it was perfect. Small, joyful, pressure-free. She got to blow out her candles with her family and friends cheering her on. No drama. No hospital trips. Just an 8-year-old girl being celebrated. We have photos of her laughing so hard she's crying. That's the memory she'll keep.